Welcome to Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one. Welcome to Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports.
Beatty getting recognized here for the Braves, and Leroy Stagel will get recognized here shortly as well. And for Indian Valley, it's a big night for these guys because they've always done so much when it comes to wrestling within this program. But I know it's meant a lot for these fans too, have seen them grow up through Biddy all the way to this point.
Yeah, I don't know Indian Valley's record books, but I would bet that between Quake Beatty and Leroy Stagel, they're darn near the top of every record book you could ask for at Indian Valley Wrestling. I would guarantee that.
And, you know, on the other side of things for Waynedale, I'm sure in their own time will have their own, senior nights and stuff. But that's kind of the crazy thing about this team, though. Not exactly what you'd call senior heavy.
When you see Waynedale's rankings, you're thinking, oh, that's got to be a senior-led team. But it's majority underclassmen and very few seniors. I think Waynedale's got 3 seniors in their starting lineup tonight. And, man, they're good.
Yeah, they definitely are good, which we'll be talking more about that with Coach Stanley. But 16-1 when it comes to duels.
Wins over, they beat Steubenville pretty handily just a couple weeks ago.
Just coming off, yes, and just at the Wheeling Park duels, I do believe they got a 3rd place at Wheeling Park. They topped West Holmes earlier this year, 51-18, and they're just coming off of a 75-6 win over Worcester. And that West Holmes one, kind of that's your gauge for your matchup because Indian Valley had the same matchup in a duel.
Indian Valley, and I think they're both the difference is relatively close, which sometimes it doesn't translate, sometimes it does, but it makes us kind of get a good idea that we're in for a show tonight.
Now, I'm going to harken back to your days of wrestling.
Yeah.
What is it whenever you come to this point of the year, because we know tournament stuff is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And we know that'll be here long before you could possibly imagine. I know this is a season that goes very quick. What are you looking at from this kind of matchup? Because sometimes you'll come in as, a heavily favored team, really, just because of the other program you're against. Maybe it's due to injury. Maybe it's just because they don't necessarily have the numbers. But for both these sides, they are getting a tough matchup on both sides. So what are you looking to learn from this?
This is, I look at it as, you're getting, most guys are going to get a state-ranked wrestler, which is someone you're going to have to see to get where you want to be in Columbus. And the regional duels are coming up, and that's where you're going to have Indian Valley, Carrollton, West Holmes, New Philly, Steubenville. All them teams are going to be there, and teams are going to have to maneuver around, set their lineups, fill their lineups out to win those duels. They're going to be close duels, and as we anticipate, this could be a tough duel, and it's one of those things I look at it like that. And by now you got your extra 2 pounds. You're starting to. You're not looking too far ahead, but you know what's on the horizon.
It's impossible not to look some far ahead,
Sectionals and districts and state, every day you wake up, it's a day closer.
Definitely.
So it's something they're looking ahead, but I think tonight both teams are looking at it as like, I know I'm going to have a good guy across from me. This is the kind of kid that I'm going to have to beat to make it to districts, make it to state, possibly get on the podium in Columbus. So that's how I think both teams are looking ahead, and I know both coaching staffs are really excited for this duel.
Well, you got to love the sport of wrestling just because, tonight there's going to be a team winner and a team loser out of this, but all the individual efforts along the way are going to contribute to this. Not many other sports where you have that being the deciding factor, with leaning on each other. It's always kind of crazy to watch. So we are going to get started the night, by the way, at 113 pounds. That will be your opening match tonight, and then they will go from there, and we'll keep you updated and bring you all of this live stream action throughout the night. And I have to thank, first and foremost, PAC Drilling for bringing you our mobile studio sponsor, but tonight's sponsor specifically of our wrestling throughout this season, the Kilbuck Savings Bank in Fredericksburg, a proud supporter of Waynedale Athletics. Top Notch Auto right here in Jeanette and Hutton. Lute's Body Shop also right here in Jeanette and Hutton. Ron's Heating and Cooling, the First National Bank of Denison, and the T-County Boxing Academy, as they are bringing all of this wrestling action all season long. And it's something that Travis said in one of the previous broadcasts we had. Wrestling is one of those sports, while it's been around forever, one of the oldest, documented sports, the popularity is growing, and you see it in a lot of these numbers. Both these teams have a lot of kids who are out this year, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, and I think it's something it's going to continue to grow, and especially with now girls is starting to be sanctioned in the OHSAA. It's only making the sport of wrestling more popular, and I'm excited for it. And these are young teams and other young teams in the area, so it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Again, it's Waynedale in town in Jeanette and Hutton to take on Indian Valley. 16-1 is Waynedale in the duels. I didn't actually get what Indian Valley was. Last time I knew, they were undefeated.
They are still undefeated. I talked to the coaches. They are still undefeated, and that's one of the things. It's like, hey, we're going to defend our undefeated record, and you're going to come into our house, and we're going to let it fly, both teams.
Well, it's going to be an awesome night for high school wrestling, that is for sure. Also, if you have not done so already, always have to issue this reminder. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you're going to want to do that because you are going to get notified whenever we go live. Or if you join tonight's live stream because you got notified when we went live, thank you very much. We'll also have, at the end of the night, the results posted on our Facebook page, and plenty more other sports going on in this winter season coming up right around the corner. Trying to do our best to keep everybody in the loop with every sport happening right now. The expansion into wrestling, too, just looking ahead, a lot of opportunities ahead. Not going to sell anything here too early if we don't know, but could be getting a little bit more dynamic, I guess, in our wrestling coverage.
We're not going to spill anything because we don't know anything for sure. But there could be some fun coverage on the horizon that I think
you're not going to be there for that.
No, right? I couldn't be there, right? No, if there's wrestling coverage and I got the opportunity, I will proudly represent. This is, I think, like Travis would say, I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. Mm-hmm. A basketball court looks best whenever there's a wrestling mat laying on it.
Anyone who's tuned in who's a basketball fan, man, oh, come on. But no, we've greatly appreciated doing this thus far, and tonight, so much great action in store. Again, we are starting at 113 pounds tonight. And also for all these senior wrestlers who are recognized tonight for Indian Valley, a big congratulations to them throughout their entire careers. Still not done, though. You get recognized on senior night. I feel sometimes it's kind of really early in the wrestling season. Almost seems like.
It is, considering a lot of times you'll have the IVCs and then the sectional districts and sometimes the state tournament that'll come after what can be your last home duel of the year, which is typically for senior night. So even though it is senior night, you may still have a couple months of wrestling left.
We'll say Waynedale traveling well here, by the way, for the Golden Bears fans, as their team's warming up on the mats. Indian Valley will be coming out here shortly, but you can always tell communities too when it comes to how much they care about their wrestling. Yeah. How well they travel.
I think pretty well. And look at just looking at the mat, them boys look like wrestlers. Waynedale's it's a pretty historic community for wrestling. It's something they really value, and we're excited to have them on the broadcast.
Certainly, and for Indian Valley's sake, we've had them a couple times this year, and it's another program that throughout this entire year thus far, in years past, it's been growing. It's been that slow growth. and the results are starting to show, I think.
Yep, they are. And like we said, Indian Valley don't have a lot of seniors. And I know they have some tough up-and-coming junior high kids that'll be freshmen next year. So Indian Valley's not going nowhere either. They're going to continue to keep building, and it's going to keep getting fun.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you say about having a lot of these kids back next year. Your highest-ranked wrestler in the state in Jackson Bircher, I believe, at 215.
He's a junior.
He's a junior.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
He looks like he's a grown man, but yeah, he's a junior.
Well, we saw Jackson on the football field and thought the same thing,
yeah,
so it's not surprising.
He's a stud, and he's a very good baseball player, a great three-sport athlete.
Definitely. We're going to go ahead and take our first time out, and we will first be joined by head coach for the Waynedale Golden Bears in Louis Stanley, talking about his team and their great season thus far, as well as their matchup tonight with Indian Valley. You are watching, I should say, high school wrestling coverage with Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications. Stick around.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Yurixville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden Hutton is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics and repairs on gasoline, diesel, and even hybrid and electric vehicles with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment, including module programming and newly added advanced driver assist system calibrations and repair. Top Notch Auto thrives to be the most up-to-date repair facility in Tuscarawas County. For your regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. Search Top Notch Auto LLC online or give them a call at 740-561-4100.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Welcome back into the Wood Electric pre-match show as we've got the Indian Valley Braves hosting the Waynedale Golden Bears. As we continue our pre-match show, I should say, we are now going to go down along the mat with head coach Louis Stanley for the Waynedale Golden Bears. And this segment for Waynedale brought to you by Kilbuck Savings Bank at their Fredericksburg location. Coach, great season thus far for Waynedale. To my understanding, 16-1 in duels. You guys have been real successful. What's been the key to that?
I think just depth. We have a real hard-working team, but we have a nice mix of freshman balance all the way up to good senior, junior leadership. Great off-season, and just, the kids have a lot of goals and expectations, so I think that's lended to our early success.
Now, I was looking up and down for some of your kids on the varsity roster. You've got a lot of ranked wrestlers, but you've also got a lot of ranked freshman wrestlers as well. Heck of a freshman class you guys got right now. Yeah,
I think we're up to about 11 top 25 ranked kids, and we just have a real solid team. Everyone in our lineups over 500, actually over 600. But our freshmen coming in, we had 3 junior high state placers, which we've only done that a few times in Waynedale history. Now, obviously, that's tough to place in that junior high tournament because it's one division. So we're really excited about that. And like I said, they're wrestling like sophomores and juniors right now, those freshmen are. So that really gives us a lot of toughness and depth to our lineup.
Now, the last time you guys had a duel, you got a nice win over Worcester. You've also had some great, I believe, a third-place finish at the Wheeling Park duels as well. What has your team really been doing the most effectively whenever it comes to their individual matches? What have they been, have they been pushing the issue and then kind of just making sure that they get all those points up on the board?
Yeah, I think other than, battling some of the sickness that the whole state of Ohio has battled through the holidays, I think when we've gotten through that, really our conditioning has been better than most teams. I know we beat Steubenville in the finals, which was really exciting because we haven't beat them in a long time down at Wheeling. But yeah, I think our conditioning overall, and the kids just good, hard-nosed kids. They don't give up easy points. We preach team atmosphere, so even if I'm getting beat, control the mat, control your man, try to understand what the situation is by staying off your back, obviously, and saving the team points if you don't think you can win the match. So we always want to shoot for the win, but in the dual meet, it's kind of crazy. It's one of the few sports that you can get your crowd cheering by just saving the team points, and our kids understand that. I think we do have a very good dual meet team, and we've had some great battles with IV over the years. That's why we love this rivalry.
And Coach, 2 state qualifiers return on your team for this year in Stephen Patterson and Caden Schmelzer. For them, I know with Patterson only being the sophomore, maybe not so much the seniority leadership role, but just with that experience from the state level, have they been kind of the ones taking the lead maybe with taking the younger guys under their wings?
We do. We have 7 return district qualifiers. I actually have a couple other district placers who are knocking on the door, a couple alternates. So we have, 5 or 6 guys with good mat leadership, but yeah, actually those 2 guys are both captains as well. And they're leaders academically, they're leaders in the weight room, they're leaders in the off season, and they're leaders by example. So yeah, I can't ask for a better group. My other captains, Robert McCorkey, state alternate last year, Cole Lewis, a senior, district placer last year. So yeah, we're just blessed with great leadership.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and good luck to the Golden Bears.
Thank you.
That is head coach Louis Stanley for the Waynedale Golden Bears in your Wood Electric pre-match show. This segment along the mat brought to you by Kilbuck Savings Bank. Stick around because you're going to hear from head coach Dusty Braun after this.
Are you looking for a bank that understands your local needs? Look no further than Kilbuck Savings Bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in financial success. At Kilbuck Savings Bank, we pride ourselves on offering personalized service tailored to you. We are a community bank that is large enough to help you achieve your goals while continuing to care about the communities we serve. We wish all teams the best of luck this season. KSB, a Bauer 5-star financial rated bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Lute's Body and Paint, located at 7573 Wolf's Crossing Road in Jeanette Hutton, is there for you when a never-planned auto collision repair is needed. Lute's Body and Paint performs the auto body and painting services needed to get your vehicle back to looking showroom new in a timely manner at a reasonable price and provides free estimates. Lute's Body and Paint is a proud supporter of the Indian Valley School District and wishes best of luck to the Braves athletes participating in tonight's game.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schönbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back into your Wood Electric pre-match show as we've got the Indian Valley Braves hosting the Waynedale Golden Bears. We're now going to go along the mat with the coach, brought to you for Indian Valley by Top Notch Auto right here in Jeanette Hutton. It's head coach Dusty Braun for the Indian Valley Braves. And Coach, it's been a little bit since we've been back here for you guys in your home gymnasium. Tell me how the season's been going. We know you've got a couple kids out there who are really doing great this year.
Yeah, I think we're happy with where we're at. We need to get a little better here down the stretch and get some guys healed up. And I think everybody goes through the injury bug. When you got 8 guys on your roster, somebody's got to step up in a moment and fill a spot. And we'll fill 2 injury spots here tonight, but I think we're in a good spot here headed into this big match tonight with Waynedale.
Now tell me a little bit, when it comes to taking on a Waynedale, we know that they have been a tough team, and they were kind of expected to be a tough team coming into this season. They got a lot of stud freshmen who are out there, so what is this going to teach your team maybe going into a duel like this before we get to tournament time?
Well, you got to like the atmosphere, and you got some pivotal matchups. They have a great crop of 5 or 6 really good freshmen. We think we have 3 or 4 that are really good. But I think when you watch the match tonight and try to figure out where your team's at, can you be in those close matches and win? And that's what we're gauging ourselves. I mean, they're third-ranked team in the state, and the individual side of it, they might be the state dual champions in Division III.
Now, the last time we saw you guys, I know it was a very good performance when you were here on your home mat, but there were some, I think, that you felt that you could have had a little bit better performances from some. Have you been being able to get that motivation in there and maybe having them go that little extra mile?
Well, I won't lie to anybody. I think we've practiced hard. I've tried to lay off of hitting the gas full speed till about the end of January. Make sure I ain't burn them out. We just went through a 3-week stretch of 2-day tournaments, big time for us. After tonight, we're off for a week and a half. I mean, it'll be a sign of relief for me to get guys healed up, see where we're at, check where we're at, and then after that week and a half, you'll turn the gas on full speed and make sure who you have left is the right guys to be there at the moments that matter.
Now, we know some of the seniority that you guys have that, I think I asked you this the last time, but when you've got guys who have been to the state tournament, you've got guys who sit in the top of the state rankings right now. How good is it at this point of the year to have them, to maybe have some of the younger guys maybe lean on a bit more and help them get through that grind?
Well, I think it's really good if they wrestle well, because then if they don't, you have your younger kids thinking, well, I don't need to be perfect every day. And I think that's the sermon to me: be better every day, but be great in the moments that matter. And I think that's what we're trying to teach the younger guys that are leaning on the older guys. But like anybody, wrestling, you're not sure how it's going to work out every day. Our seniors have been a lean-to here, and I think if you ask 90% of our young kids, they look up to those guys, and that matters in the practice facility and on match day.
Thanks for your time, Coach, and good luck to the Braves.
Hey, thank you very much, and like always, go Braves.
Head coach for the Indian Valley Braves, Dusty Braun, brought to you by Top Notch Auto. Stick around. We're going to wrap up your Wood Electric pre-match show and get to tonight's action.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission: to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Novelis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novelis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novelis is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this winter.
Are you neglecting your building's 5th wall? Did you know something as simple as a clogged drain can lead to a destructive roof leak? Protect your business assets with WM Commercial Roofing's Umbrella Care program. This program will provide you with regular maintenance surveys and repairs to extend the life of your roof. Invest in your business with our top quality materials, advanced techniques, and skilled craftsmanship. Are you ready for a reliable partnership? Visit our website, wmcommercialroofing.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to learn more.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Yorksville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden Hutton is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics and repairs on gasoline, diesel, and even hybrid and electric vehicles with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment, including module programming and newly added advanced driver assist system calibrations and repair. Top Notch Auto thrives to be the most up-to-date repair facility in Tuscarawas County. For your regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. Search Top Notch Auto LLC online or give them a call at 740-561-4100.
Welcome back into your Wood Electric pre-match show from the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. Again, a big thank you to tonight's presenting sponsors for Indian Valley hosting Waynedale. It is the Kilbuck Savings Bank in Fredericksburg, the proud supporter of Waynedale Athletics. Lutz Body and Paint and Top Notch Auto, both here in Janaden Hutton supporting the Braves, along with Ron's Heating and Cooling, First National Bank of Denison, and T-County Boxing Academy. Nick and Blaze bringing you tonight's presentation of high school wrestling, and we're going to get this duel underway here shortly as Blaze will take another brief pause here before we get to the action for tonight as Indian Valley continues their warm-ups. Run me through, though, for an athlete out there, for a wrestler out there right now who's rolling around, getting warm, getting ready to go, you know how tough the task is in front of you when it comes to Waynedale. So what are some of the things going through your head?
Right now, I think it's kind of just keeping their body loose. Right now, they're going through warm-ups right now, getting the blood flowing, because you almost want to go out there with a little sweat. You don't ever want to go out there cold. So that's kind of like right now. I don't think they're maybe not looking too. They know, most of these kids kind of know who they're going to shake hands with and wrestle. Most kids are all looking at the rankings. They got a good idea. It's not kind of like back out in the old days where you didn't have rankings until a week or two before the state tournament. These guys are updated now, so they're the new generation. They know who they're wrestling.
Well, and on top of that, with Indian Valley and Waynedale, given recent history when it comes to wrestling duels and the matchups that come about, this is not the first time that these guys have wrestled each other, that's for sure.
Nope, and hopefully it's not the last. No. Looking at both rosters and seeing how young and talented, these are both teams that have a good shot to make a statement down at the state dual tournament and the state tournament in Columbus. They both have a lot of guys that are going to have a lot of opportunities to make some noise.
Certainly. Well, we will go ahead and take another timeout. When we come back, we'll just be waiting on tonight's action to get rolling, and we will get everything underway. Again, just as a reminder, we are starting at 113 pounds tonight as we are anticipating quite the opening matchup and really quite the matchup all throughout the night. You're watching your Wood Electric pre-match show, almost set for wrestling between the Braves and Golden Bears. Stick around.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Are you looking for a bank that understands your local needs? Look no further than Kilbuck Savings Bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in financial success. At Kilbuck Savings Bank, we pride ourselves on offering personalized service tailored to you. We are a community bank that is large enough to help you achieve your goals while continuing to care about the communities we serve. We wish all teams the best of luck this season. KSB, a Bauer 5-star financial rated bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Lutz Body and Paint, located at 7573 Wolf's Crossing Road in Jeanette and Hutton, is there for you when a never-planned auto collision repair is needed. Lutz Body and Paint performs the auto body and painting services needed to get your vehicle back to looking showroom new in a timely manner at a reasonable price and provides free estimates. Lutz Body and Paint is a proud supporter of the Indian Valley School District and wishes best of luck to the Braves athletes participating in tonight's game.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette and Hutton, South Broadway, and Schönbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Novelis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novelis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novelis is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back into Jeanette and Hutton, Indian Valley and Waynedale. It's high school wrestling, and it's with Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications and all of our great sponsors. As we are just about ready to go here, we have the national anthem and all the wrestlers now who will be squaring off, meeting in the center of the mat, shaking hands. You could feel it in the air a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You could feel the tension a bit.
I almost got a little tension just anticipating the matchups that we're going to get, and Indian Valley's got a really nice home crowd tonight, and I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Starting off at 113 pounds, the matchup that we're going to get, this is one that you talked about, and, we're going to spoil it. What's the first matchup here a little bit? But Stephen Patterson for the Waynedale Golden Bears will be taking the mat first for them, a state qualifier last year. The sophomore is 10th in the state, depending on who you're looking at in terms of rankings. Finished the last year in the top 10, too, as a freshman.
Yeah.
He'll be taking on Brock Albright, another great freshman for Indian Valley.
Yeah, Brock Albright is this will be his first time down at 113 pounds. He certified today, so he's a kid that he's wrestled up at 120 this year. He's wrestled some really good kids, really tough at 120. So I think down at 113, probably a more natural weight for him. I think on paper, Patterson's probably the favorite, but I think this is going to be a really good match.
And I'm noticing here when they're shaking hands, I don't think that we're going to expect any forfeits tonight.
No forfeits. That's what makes it fun. We're going to get the full slate tonight.
Yeah, full slate, every single weight class on the way here with Big Z Sports. Again, another reminder, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you get notified. Or if you're watching on our Facebook page, live streaming as well, give us a like and follow while you're there as well, as all wrestlers have been introduced now, and it is going to be time for the night's first bout. Again, 113 pounds. For Waynedale will be Stephen Patterson. For Indian Valley, it will be Brock Albright. As we are going to have both teams' captains meeting there in the center of the mat. And I do have to note, there's a familiar face out there in stripes tonight.
Yeah, if you guys happen to notice any calls that don't go your way, we're gonna blame it on our co-host Travis Pullen. He's out there pointing fingers already.
He's telling Blaze to be quiet, apparently. So, when we might move into tonight's matchup with the Golden Bears and Braves, again, a reminder, this is huge for both these teams. Indian Valley is undefeated in duels so far this year. Waynedale, 16-1. We're going to see who's going to be the one who comes out on top tonight as Patterson for Waynedale and Albright take the mat. And we are ready for wrestling from Jeanette.
Here we are. There's a shot by Patterson quick. Albright kind of sprawls out of it. He's pressuring, and Albright's in on a shot on his own. Patterson's working that underhook.
Both these guys 113 pounds, the underclassmen. And as we've said before, kind of more common, you get the younger guys in these lower weights and such. But
there's a shot by Patterson. He brings it up. He's going to finish. He's a 2-point takedown.
Patterson showing off there his why he was a state qualifier.
Yeah, and he's going to let him go for an escape. It's going to be 2-1 Patterson. And Patterson's in on another shot.
Now,
he's deep, and Albright's working a whizzer here. This is where he's going to kind of want to pressure in with the whizzer.
Now, for Albright's sake, you said wrestling down from 120 to 113.
Yeah.
Maybe potentially could have the strength advantage, but just as a freshman, still, learning quite a bit.
Yeah, and Patterson is he's a 13-pounder, but I'm trying to size him up. I guess they're kind of similar in height and stature and size. But yeah, could be a little stronger.
So we'll be Albright down.
Yep, and Patterson's going to work the breakdown. We got about a minute left in the first period.
4-1 in favor of the Golden Bears state-ranked wrestler. It's a good barometer, this first matchup.
Yes, it is. This is a good barometer for Albright down at 113 pounds. And it looks like Patterson's got a cradle locked up.
Trying to break the hands free from his head.
Albright's kind of looking to break the hands. He doesn't. He's going to try to roll it up over the head. This is where Albright's got a leg, but at this position, Patterson will let him have that leg because he can still get the back
just
points
like
from
that.
there. Yep.
And didn't quite complete the turn, though.
Yeah, he tried. He was close, but I don't think he got any swipes. And this is where Albright, I think, needs to work on fighting those hands instead of catching that leg, and because Patterson can kind of sit him right down into his lap.
Kind of almost could be survival mode right now for Albright. Does not want to get turned. Basically.
Yep, and we're working on short time in the first period. We're pushing 10 seconds to go in the first period. This is where I think Albright just needs to kind of stay where he's at, or looks like he might come. It was close.
Did not get anything.
Nope. Really close, but no.
Right idea, just couldn't quite get the execution down.
Couple seconds there, maybe it may have made a difference.
So 4-1, it will stay in advantage of Patterson.
Albright's going to go down here to start the second period. Patterson spent a lot of time on top that period. This is where Albright, he needs to make sure he needs to get out. He needs to fire off the whistle, get hand control, get up.
And for Albright's sake, too, already wasting a lot of that energy just trying to break free at the end of that first period. You're going to see how much he's got left in the tank here in the second, trying to pop him off.
We're kind of in a similar position as they finished the last period. Not now, but Patterson was looking for that cradle again. Albright kind of staying tight. Patterson throws the boot in.
Not going to let Albright pop the hips out.
Nope. Albright's got a lot of pressure. He's got those legs in. This is where Albright's working his way up. Patterson's keeping that pressure. This is where Albright kind of needs to cross legs and get those boots out.
If you get the legs out, could potentially pop out from the back, but well, not now.
Patterson's got him straightened out. They're going to call a stalemate here. We've got about minute 13 left in the second period. That's a win for Albright right there because he gets a restart. He gets the boots out and
was able to fight it off, not getting turned.
And Patterson's going to kick him. He knows he can. He's taken him down a couple times. He's going to give the optional start. Let Albright. It's going to make it a 4-2 match.
That coming from Coach Louis Stanley there, a guy who's been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
Probably knows what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
he has. He's definitely a legend in the sport.
Another shot stuffed there.
And there's a reshot by Albright. Albright needs to keep cutting the corner, and Patterson's doing the same thing. He's already got the anchor. He's kind of cut the corner himself, and he's in position to get two, and he is.
Just the speed of Patterson there, too.
He cut that corner really quick. That makes it 6-2 Patterson with about 40 seconds to go here in the second period. Albright trying to work up. Patterson's got that. He's got that anchor. Patterson really, really, really likes to look for the cradle, whether it be near side. They're going to call stalemate.
A little bit quicker this time.
Yeah, 30 seconds. And like I said, any stalemate is a bonus for Albright with the way Patterson's riding on top. You got 30 seconds to go here in the second.
6-2 your score in favor of Patterson. And
Albright fired up, and Patterson broke him right back down.
Could be a big point for Albright if he is able to break free and cut that gap.
If he is able to, anything in the next 15 seconds would be huge. Because I think Patterson's going to get choice in the third. And we're at 10 seconds to go here in the second, under 10 seconds. Patterson's still riding tough.
Looks like Albright is going to be.
Albright's going to get warned for stalling, which he's got to fight off his belly.
And the clock will expire on the second, so we'll stay 6-2, and it is going to Patterson, and he's going to go neutral.
He wants neutral. And I don't blame him. He's looked really good on his feet. He's really controlled the neutral setting of this match. So it's 6-2 here in the third. We got a neutral.
There's no denying in my mind, and there it is. I was going to say Patterson is not going to be he's going to look for a shot quick, and he did.
He's in deep on a single. Albright's kind of got a whizzer, but also kind of almost like he's – and Patterson's going to finish for a 2-point takedown.
Albright tried to squirm away there, but those are long arms of Patterson. It's just almost impossible to escape from.
That'll make it 8-2, and Patterson's going to – looks like Coach Stanley's giving him the kick sign. He wants to give him an optional start. I think they're going to chase bonus points here. You get an 8-point victory. That's an extra team point, and in this kind of duel, any team point can make a big difference.
Well, Coach rightfully has the confidence in his guy, and we're talking about if he gets one of these shots to land and maybe can get that cradle in, a huge swing could be at hand for the team.
Yeah, that could be big. And Albright's in kind of a front headlock position. He's got the head in the hole. This is where Albright just needs to keep running it, and he needs to kind of come around the back. He just
got to get his head up over the top.
Yep, and Albright's in good position right here to get a 2-point takedown. Albright kind of needs to pop that head, and there it is. You got a minute left. That makes it 8-5. Patterson leading here with a little under a minute. Albright's got the crossface, and he's working cradle also.
Coach Braun here for the Braves yelling out, trying some instructions here for Albright. He wants to see that extra finish, that extra fight in the last 45 seconds.
Yeah, I hear Dusty yell and post it. Whenever he says that means you're going to post that elbow, and that's when you're going to run that cradle, and you're going to run it hard. Patterson's kind of work up. Albright, he gets a 5-second turn. He's going to tie this match up at 8. But he needs back points, and he needs them quick. We're under 30 seconds to go.
Trying to lock in that cradle like you were talking about, but nothing there.
Yeah, and he's working it. You got 15 seconds to go here in the third.
It was Patterson looking for the side, but they're going to say
potentially dangerous. It looks like, and we got 15 seconds. This is tough because you need a 5-second count to get the 3 back, and technically you got 10 seconds to get him there.
And now there was a turn from Patterson, nearly almost got caught in a bad spot.
Almost put himself to his back. We're under 10 seconds to go here in the third, and I think this is how we're going to finish it out.
Nothing doing for Albright, as that will do it with the final seconds now ticking away, as it will be an 8-5 score in favor of the sophomore for Waynedale. So they'll get started off with a decision victory there for the Golden Bears, but good barometer, like you said, for the start.
Yeah, and Albright, I don't think you can take anything. I think Albright, he didn't come out victorious, but he wrestled a really good kid, really tough. This right here, in my opinion, is the match of the night. We got Niall Abiel for the Indian Valley Braves, and we got Isaac Skelly for Waynedale Golden Bears. Niall's ranked 10th in the state, and Isaac Skelly's ranked 4th in the state. These are two freshmen, two dynamic freshmen, never met before, but this should be a really fun match.
This is a matchup you expect to see later in the season, too.
Yes. Skelly's kind of working that front headlock. Niall's controlling elbows.
Abiel, last time we saw him, just some convincing victories he's been able to put forth this year, and
he's
really all year.
He's having a really good freshman year. I think actually as of right now, he's leading the Indian Valley team in wins. Niall's got good head pressure, driving in, kind of controlling the center. Working underhooks. There's a shot by Skelly. Niall kind of blocks it off.
Abiel looks over to his sideline and for a little instruction.
Niall goes with the twister. Out of bounds. He was close. He needed to punch it through there, but one of those ones on the edge, that's one of those ones you want to do closer to the center of the mat because there's a lot of movement.
You saw the reaction for the Indian Valley coaching staff. That was what they wanted.
Yeah, it was there.
It was just not in the right spot.
Yep, it was there. Niall's pressuring in. Both guys circling. We're under a minute to go. Skelly kind of throws it by. He's
got the leg out, though.
Yeah, Niall kind of needs the circle towards the head, or he's kind of in a Peterson position if he can throw this over.
And there's
a 2-point takedown for Skelly. Skelly's looking near side. Skelly throws the boots in. He's high. Abiel needs the swim from here. Skelly kind of needs to settle back. We're about 20 seconds to go here in the first period. These Waynedale wrestlers really like throwing these legs in, and they're tough on top.
2-0 the advantage. If it holds, that's what it will be for Skelly moving forward. So he's trying to cinch the arm up.
Looks like Skelly's trying to pull it back, looking for a turn. I think
just couldn't quite secure it. So 2-0, and it will be choice for Abul.
Abul's going to defer to Skelly. Skelly's going to go neutral.
Fan of the neutral.
Yeah, and
early on.
If Indian Valley, if you're Indian Valley, you're going to take that because you don't have to worry about them going down. I mean, maybe you don't get a turn, but they get an escape. That's one, so.
Well, it still creates the opportunity, too, for you to create some big team points, too, if you get the right position.
And Abul gets a takedown here. It evens it back up at 2. Abul's looking for a dump. Skelly's working underhooks. Both guys kind of fighting hands.
You notice Abul really pushed him towards the boundary. Skelly's done a good job of responding to that and just kind of rotating back out, not getting pushed out.
Yeah, and that's what sometimes kind of controlling the edges, the refs can kind of look at that as like, okay, that guy's stalling. That's where they really push, like, coaches will push, like, hey, if you're getting pushed to the boundary, circle out.
Mm-hmm.
Niles kind of looks like he might be looking for a dump from here. Skelly's kind of blocking it off, kind of keeping his hips away. We're about a minute to go here in the second period. Skelly looks like he's collecting elbows. Niles working underhooks, driving in again, pressure.
We've not really seen to this point, not that they've had much of the opportunity for it, but Abul has not really had too many shots coming in yet.
No, and he pressures him out. Abul's got 49 seconds here in the second period. He needs a takedown to even this back up. There's a kind of a half shot by Skelly. Niall reshots. He's got it up for a single. He's going to finish on the edge. There's a 2-point takedown for Abul.
They're going to get the whistle for the out of bounds, so tied up here, 45 seconds to go. That is a huge 2 points for him.
That was, and this is where riding tough's really, really important for Abul. Skelly's a funky wrestler on bottom. He's really, he's one of those guys that he's always moving. He's rolling. This is where position's super important.
It's always activity, and Abul's going to get caught, though.
Skelly's in position. This is where Abul needs to kind of face him and hang on.
It was Abul who was looking for the turn, but he almost got a turn right back on him.
Yeah, and Skelly's a funky wrestler. He's always moving on bottom. He's one of those kids. He's got strong hips, so we're at 15, under 15, about 10 seconds to go, and we're going to get a stalling on Abul because he was kind of hanging on. And if you're Abul, you'll take that because it's better than giving up the 1-point escape. So you got 10 seconds to go here in the second. Abul needs to ride him out.
See if Skelly goes the same tactic.
Skelly's trying to throw his hips over. Abul's trying to ride.
Constant movement.
He is. He's throwing the hips over again. This is short time. That's
nearly slid out there.
Yes. Abul's going to get choice. He's going to go down.
Wants down. Just looking for that quick escape point if he can get it. But the way Skelly's been moving, you got to be very, very careful you don't find yourself on your back quick.
Yeah, he's looking to throw those boots in. Abul looks like coaches were telling him catch him before they come. Abul's trying to work up to his feet. He's in position. Skelly jumps sides through the boot in on the other side. He's almost in a banana split position. As any wrestler can say, this is the worst position as a wrestler. You don't want to be split from here. Uncomfortable, and it's a turn.
Just not a good spot to be in. Now Abul's trying to go up.
Yeah, Skelly's high. Abul's in position. If he can slide that shoulder out and hip, he can be in position to get a 2-point reversal here.
Driving forward.
This is where Abul just needs to he needs to pop that shoulder. And Skelly's trying to throw that hip over again.
Oh, my, so close. There goes Abul trying. You hear the Indian Valley fans open. And he got it.
2-point reversal for Abul with a minute to go here in the third period.
That could be huge.
Abul's pressuring, and this is where you got to be careful because we've seen Skelly already. He's put himself in position from the bottom position. He's already rolling.
He's not keeping his head in the mat, that's for sure, as he rolls up over the top, and still nothing from the official.
And he's going to get a 2-point reversal. Abul's going to need an escape here in the next 35 seconds or a reversal here. He's going to need something. We're tied up at 4.
He's going to have to look up for the escape, but you're going to have to watch because Skelly's going to try to turn him again, but
Abul's here. He's looking for a shot, but
trying to drive through, but he can't.
If I'm Abul, I'm looking to get my escape to get my 1, but he's kind of finished for the reversal. We got 20 seconds to go here in the third. This is tight.
Neither guy giving an inch.
10 seconds to go. We're getting close to the edge. This is...
Doesn't quite have enough over the top, though.
I think we're going to get free wrestling here. We're going to overtime.
Mere inches
yes.
from finishing that. And it looks like it is going to be Abule, and he wants down. That was what Coach Braun wanted, was down. But
it's going to be this is overtime. So this is first point wins. Abule's in on the shot. He's trying to come through the crotch. Skelly's kind of hanging on, locking on through the crotch. Abule needs to. He's going to try to hook that ankle. He needs to take a big step. Skelly's locking.
Skelly has done an incredible job of keeping Abule's head from going anywhere that he wants it to actually go.
Abule's still trying to shear through the crotch. And Skelly's kind of locked in the crotch, hanging on, almost like he's looking for a stalemate. Abule needs to kind of that leg right there where he's trying to push it down. Abule needs to step up over. I think we're going to get a stalemate. Yep.
Another stalemate. And again, we have to say a big thank you to one of our sponsors tonight, T-County Boxing Academy, bringing you this duel, Waynedale, Indian Valley. We're only through one, well, not even quite the second match yet, and it's been fun already.
Oh, it is. And we got 10 seconds to go. We may get a second overtime here. Skelly kind of shucks him by. Abule pushes it off. He's pressuring him out. There's going to be a stalling on Skelly. Both guys will have a stalling now. That's big going into the overtime. Next stall call, that's a point. And any point in overtime, that's match.
Just 3 seconds to go, so not really going to be much time to do anything with that. We'll do it again. So now the choice on the flip will go to Skelly.
Skelly's going to go down and
try to get that quick escape.
Yep, and both guys should get choice here, I believe. They both will get their opportunity for a 30-second. So this is where Abule needs to just ride him tough. And, man, Skelly's tough on bottom, so Abule Skelly's already looking to throw those hips over. Abule's trying to ride. Skelly's already in position for the reversal.
We got him up over for the reversal for 2. Absolutely massive there.
And we got 15 seconds to go. Abule, Skelly, I think we're just going to kind of ride it out. They're both in position. The legs are kind of intertwined.
Final seconds tick away. So now for Abule.
Abule's going to get his choice. He's going to.
Coach Braun wanted down.
Yeah, I think they're going to go down. Abule's going to need a reversal, though. This is where an escape's not going to help him unless he's going to get the escape and the takedown, which that's a lot to do in 30 seconds. Especially with how even these two have been. Skelly's riding tough. Abule's popping out. He's in position. If he can circle.
Same position he had in the first period, I think.
Yeah, and kind of pop that head. They're going to call a stalemate. We got 15 seconds to go in the third. In the second overtime. Third overtime. Skelly's kind of high. Abule's in position.
Trying to pop out.
He's got 7 seconds. I think he's going to hang on.
2, 1, and that will do it. Another great showdown, but it's Waynedale with the edge again.
Yeah, that's a tough one. There's Skelly with a big win for Waynedale. That's going to make 2 really exciting matches, and that's going to make it 6-0 as Waynedale as a team.
So we now drop down to 126, and it will be Leroy Stagel for the Indian Valley Braves and Riley Greathouse for Waynedale.
And this is freshman senior, so this is where Indian Valley can use their senior to kind of maybe take momentum from Waynedale here.
Only a slightly daunting task if you're a freshman, and there's the strength already.
Yeah, and there's a takedown for Stagel right off the rip. Less than 15 seconds into the match, and Leroy's already looking for the turn.
Stagel, a top 10 wrestler, heck, a top 5 wrestler, depending on where you're looking.
Yeah, and Greathouse is also, he's ranked 21st according to Boro ranking, so he's another very quality wrestler. Stagel's kind of working top. Greathouse is kind of flattened out on his belly. Stagel has him where he wants him here.
Again, your team scores 6-0. Waynedale leads Indian Valley.
Two matches in, and it feels like we were 5 or 6 in. Two great matches.
It feels like we just watched, 2 marathons.
Yes,
right in front of us.
2 very fun matches. Staggle's going to kick them out, and it's going to be a 1-point escape for Waynedale, make it 2-1 Staggle here with a little under a minute to go here in the first period. There's a shot by Leroy.
Suck that leg up to him.
Yep, and he's going to finish for another 2-point takedown.
The Indian Valley coaching staff knows where he's best, seems to be on that first shot.
And they're already telling him, kick him. I'm not sure if they're going to, yep. Coaches are saying it, and he's going to give him the optional start here. He's going to chase another takedown here.
Instead, actually locks right up on him.
Yeah, I don't think they gave him the 1-point escape because he never actually separated. There it is. Gives Leroy about 30 seconds here to look for a takedown here. Both guys kind of hand fighting. Greathouse with the shot. Staggle sprawls. 15 seconds to go here. A kind of half shot from Staggle. Kind of controlling center of the mat. We're under 10 here in the first. Fighting hands here. I think we're going to go to the second period here. 4-2 with Staggle leading here.
Given how good Staggle's been this year for Indian Valley and in years past, there's probably this should go to show why the freshman in Greathouse for Waynedale is ranked as high as he has. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
After being taken down twice like that, there has been no quit, no. He's seemed to be right on top of it.
Yeah, and the freshman senior strength thing, that's real. That's 100% real. Greathouse. He looks very, very tough here. This is where Leroy's really pushing. Indian Valley needs the bonus points. They know what they need their senior to do, and Leroy's looking hard, pressuring hard. He's looking for a turn. Greathouse just really solid base on bottom.
Staying wide, making it almost impossible for Staggle after he gets the legs back up underneath.
Yep, and Greathouse here, he's kind of up in his base formation. He kind of needs to get hand control, work his way up. Staggle's got him flattened back out on his belly. Spend too much time down there, that's where the refs will get you for that stalling call. Staggle's got really good top pressure here. He's got that cross wrist. He's trying to pop that arm through, and I think he might get it. I think he might have it. Can't see from our angle.
He's got the drive.
Yeah, he's got the bar, and this is where he needs to keep big steps here, walk it around the head.
Somehow Greathouse.
I think Greathouse is really flexible there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive to fight through that.
His chest barely left the mat.
No, exactly. It's a good fight by Greathouse here. And Staggle still, he's got that arm posted dead center of the back. I think coaches are yelling scoop it. I think Greathouse
back up.
Yeah, he's in position where he just needs to separate, and he's in position to get a 1-point escape. We're about 10 seconds to go here in the second period, and I think if Greathouse is in position to get a takedown. Reversal. He's driving, and Staggle throws the kind of chin whips him, trying to step over, and man.
Staggle very likely saved himself too there.
Yes.
So it will be choice for Staggle who wants down.
Yeah, and then Staggle's going to need to fire up off. I think Indian Valley needs bonus points here. I think they know that. I think Staggle knows that. Greathouse here, working good pressure on top. Staggle trying to get hand control.
Another great battle so far. Just the third match of the night.
Kind of Staggle's fighting hands. Greathouse riding tough.
Staggle, pop the hips in there.
Yep, that's going to be a 1-point escape for Staggle, make it 5-2.
I couldn't tell if Greathouse actually just let him slip out.
It almost kind of looked like he did. This is where it's 5-2, and Indian Valley's looking for bonus points maybe, but I think Greathouse he's still in this match, and he knows he gets a takedown and kicks him and gets another takedown. We're all tied up.
Freshman showing out in a big way.
There's a shot.
For a shot, but Staggle reacts quick.
Greathouse looks like he's maybe going to try to come through the crotch and think they're going to call maybe a figure 4 on the head. It's going to be a point for Great House for an illegal figure 4. Make it 5-3. Takedown here for Great House, ties it up.
Stagel almost looked a little confused when they got back up, but referee quick on the trigger there. He was not going to let that go.
Yeah. We're under a minute, under 50 seconds here in the third period, and Great House is kind of working that 2-on-1, kind of pressuring, and he's chasing that takedown. And at this point, I think if you're Indian Valley, bonus points, you obviously want them, but
you want just points, period.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
just want to make sure you finish the match. Stagel trying to collect elbows here. Kind of like a little trip there. He's collecting elbows. He's trying to step over for the fall. He's getting back. He got the takedown and back, and Great House is in trouble.
The Indian Valley faithful, he just missed getting the fall.
And Great House is fighting. Man.
What a move for Stagel, but it might just come up just short there for the fall as we got the 10 seconds to go.
And I think it's actually going to come up. He's running a bar
Still
here.
Looking to rotate him, but going to run out of time. Wow.
I think we're going to have a 10-3 final after he awards the 3 back points, which will make it, that's going to be a decision. That's going to make the team score 6-3. Waynedale.
Great move there at the end by Stagel, and I'm sure if you're the Indian Valley coaching staff, you were just wishing that could have come maybe in the second, maybe just a minute earlier at least.
Yeah, that would have been one that would have been nice if it would have came earlier.
So now
we're at 132 pounds. We got
Carson Hostetler for Indian Valley, and at 132 for Waynedale, it's going to be Dalton Oberly.
Dalton Oberly is another kid for Waynedale who's ranked 10th in the state.
As a, get this, freshman.
And this is Gavin Hostetler, also a freshman, so another good freshman battle.
We're actually going to get a point awarded there to Hostetler for. I didn't see what the call
I was checking
I was
the
looking
sheet.
down.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, but it's going to be 1-0 Indian Valley. Hostetler here. Hostetler kind of half shots. Great House kind of half shots back. Great House.
Go ahead, Blaze.
I was going to say Great House kind of working a front headlock position. I think both guys kind of just filling each other out. Neither guy kind of committed to a shot. I say that as Oberly gets in there and looking for a dump. Now he's kind of picking that single up. He's going to bring it up, look to trip.
Hostetler trying to fight through it, trying to turn away, but he's going to have to watch.
This is where Hostetler's length, I think, kind of played into.
No, nothing, neutral.
Yeah, you'll take that if you're Hostetler. That's where his flexibility and his length. I think Coach
Stanley wants a word.
Coach Stanley's going to try to push it, but I think whenever
I think he's actually going to ask maybe about the point that was given away earlier.
Okay.
Because that's the same motion the official made.
Yeah, I wish I would have had my head up for that one. I didn't get to see that one.
Happy you said about the length of Hostetler, because a lot of these guys are long and lean at 132, but Hostetler's got to be near the top when it comes to that category.
He's long, and I think that length kind of helped him there with whenever Oberly was jacking that leg up, looking to get the trip for the 2-point takedown. There's a kind of shuck by Oberly.
Down.
He's going to get a 2-point takedown here. Hostetler fired up to his feet, and Oberly kind of just lets him go.
So it will tie the score at 2. 30 seconds to go in the first.
Kind of half shot by Hostetler. Hostetler's now in kind of like a underhook position, double underhook position. Trying to control it. We're under 20 seconds here in the first period.
Oberly was fishing for the leg for Hostetler, just try to spin around, but nothing doing.
Yep, and I think that's where Hostetler's just so long.
Final 3 seconds here, and that is where we're going to stay is deadlocked at 2 as we move on to the second, which it will be choice this time around for Hostetler, who wants to defer.
And Oberly's going to go down.
And a big thank you to one of our sponsors, Ron's Heating and Cooling, and all their wrestling sponsorship all year long.
Hostetler here, he's kind of got the anchor, keeping pressure on top. Oberly's fighting hands, kind of reaches back, gets the kind of in a whizzer position. Hostetler pressure, and Oberly's in good position to get one there. He's going to get it.
Seems for Oberle, he does lead 3-2, but he's having, when he does try to get away from Hostetler, he just, those long arms just are on top of you immediately.
It's one of those things whenever someone like Hostetler, where you're that long for the weight, nothing's going to come easy. There's a kind of half shot by Hostetler, blocked off by Oberle. Oberle working underhooks. Hostetler staying tight on the elbows. Oberle's going to look for that front headlock, head in the hole. Looks like he could run it into a cradle, but he's going to come around for a 2-point takedown here and make it 5-2.
I don't know if you caught that, but it was Coach Braun for Indian Valley right before that happened, telling Hostetler to move your feet, and he did not, and sure enough, that's where he got caught.
That's where you got to keep those feet moving. Yeah, Coach Braun seen it before Hostetler felt it. It's 5-3 here, Oberle, here in the second period. We're 40 seconds to go. This is one of the ones where Oberle's kind of controlled the match, but Hostetler's a takedown away from tying it up. And as I say that, Oberle gets another takedown. It's going to make it 7-3. Under 30 to go here in the second, and he's going to let him go. Make it 7-4. Oberle leading.
If you're a Hostetler here, final 15 seconds, obviously you don't want to get behind any more than the 7-4, but you are going to really have to force the issue here in the third.
Yeah, and Oberle takes a shot here with less than 10 to go. Hostetler kind of chin whip him, but
spin him over him, but
Oberle's going to cut the corner there, and he's going to finish for a 2-point takedown. That's big going into the third period.
Hostetler trying to generate, but it ended up costing him in the end.
Yep, that's where that chin whip you can be in position like Stagel earlier where you're looking for a fall, or you can be in position where if a kid cuts a corner quick enough, you're giving them the leverage to finish for a 2-point takedown. Hostetler goes down here in the third period. He fires up to his base, up to neutral position. Oberle's just going to let him go. It's going to make it 9-5, and Oberle's back on him.
I feel like Oberle getting these takedowns than giving the release. He's just setting. He's got something in mind. I'm waiting for where the turn's coming. I'm waiting for when he's got something in mind.
Yeah, I feel like he has a game plan. It almost like they kind of expected this match to play out like this, and he's kind of. He's comfortable on his feet.
Almost just biding his time, so to speak.
Both guys kind of. Oberle's actually working for a shot. Hostetler good sprawled out of there, and Hostetler comes away with a 2-point takedown there. It's going to make it 9-7 with about 1:10 to go. Hostetler on top. Wrestlers on the edge here.
Realistically, down 2 here, minute 3 showing on the clock. Is this a case where Hostetler lets him up and tries more shots, or you think he's going to try to keep a hold of him and turn?
I think they'll probably give him a couple seconds here to maybe work for a turn here, because Hostetler is tough on top, but I think if they don't, nothing generates in the next 15, 20 seconds, I think they're going to probably have to let him go, because he's going to need 2 takedowns after he kicks him out. Oberle's kind of spinning on his head, almost like he's in a Peterson position. Hostetler's kind of putting in a half. Oberle's going to get the...
I think he rolled through it.
Yeah. Hostetler's was in a deep half there.
It's kind of the first time since the first that we've really seen Hostetler fully on top like this.
Yeah, and I say that as saying I would have kicked him earlier, but at this point I think he's going to have to commit to needing the near fall here.
And instead,
Oberle's going to get an escape. Make it 10-7. Hostetler's going to need 2 takedowns, or he's going to need to go big here.
Well, there's only 18 seconds showing, so he's going to have to go big. See where the shot's coming in. Just 10 showing now.
Oberle controlling ties here. And that's smart by Oberle. You control the ties here knowing that Hostetler needs a big move. You kind of set the tone for the sequence ahead.
And the final seconds tick away, so your final will be 10-7 in favor of Oberle of Waynedale. Another win for them.
Yeah, that's going to make the team score 9-3 Waynedale, leading after 4 matches.
So we are going to get at 138 pounds, Rowan Pacine for Indian Valley, and at 138 for Waynedale.
Caden Smeltzer for Waynedale here. Actually weighed in at 32, got his certification at 32, but he's wrestling 38 today.
Smeltzer, a junior, one of those state qualifiers from last year, one of the captains for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, Smeltzer's he's ranked 6th at 138, so I'm assuming with dropping weight, there's probably a reason. Maybe he's title hunting at 32. and he got a quick takedown, and he's got that bar in, he's got that half in, and he's this is one of those positions where if you're Pacine,
it's survive at the moment. I mean, Schmelzer was just on him in a second.
Yeah, he knows what he needs here. He's got that. Well, Pacine breaking the bar here. That's good.
Going across the face, just trying to set up for.
And Smeltzer,
maybe he's going underneath again. There it is.
Smeltzer throws that boot in, and he's gonna sit that back and catch the head, and that, or they're gonna call potentially dangerous here. They're gonna watch that shoulder. It's one of them ones. And he's in. Pacine's in trouble.
Getting the swipes.
Smeltzer's gonna elevate that head.
Pacine just trying to do anything he can. He will roll off and fend off the fall.
And Smeltzer looks like he's going to keep running it over. He's got a half, and he's deep. He's going to lift in the crotch here, it looks like. Catching that far side wrist. Hey, that's a win for Pacine there. He was in deep trouble there.
Well, Smeltzer at, well, it was 138 where he, realistically could have been vying for a state title, been one of the last ones wrestling this year, but at 132 could be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, he must be one of those vision quests where he looks at 132 and he sees, okay, maybe this is a little bit harder weight cut, but this is maybe the route that I think I can get that state title or a better fit for my run. So Smeltzer's in a Turk position here on Pacine. I think he got his 3 back here. We're going to go into the second period. Smeltzer's going to have an 8-0 lead. And this is one of the matches where if you're Indian Valley coaches, you kind of know, like, hey, Smeltzer's the heavy favorite. Mm-hmm. Anything but a fall here is you're just trying to save team points any way you can.
And for Pacine, this is about as good of a learning experience as you could possibly get.
Yeah, because this is it's Pacine. He's not his first time in the lineup, but he's not. I think he's one of his. I don't know. I want to say it's maybe his second or third time in the varsity lineup. So
I think it's around that.
Yeah, and then he's jumping into Caden Schmeltzer here, and Schmeltzer's looking for a cradle. Pacine's going to step up. Hey, Pacine's fighting.
Nearly got through it.
Yeah, and Schmeltzer's got him in position. He's getting more back. He's going to let him belly down and get his 3 back here. He's going to make it 13-0. This is where the next turn here, if Pacine can stay away from the fall and just get tech falled here, he can save a team point for his team. And I think that's what he's looking for here. And Schmeltzer, I think, is going to look for the fall here.
Which for non-wrestling fans might sound like the most bizarre thing you could possibly imagine, but it could be huge as Pacine now stuck in a real bad position again.
Yeah, Schmeltzer chinned him back here. He's going to scoop that head. And this is a tough position.
Pacine nearly gets rolled through, going to have to still keep up.
Schmeltzer's trying to step over here.
Clinging on for dear life on that right leg.
And if he's able to...
And he'll turn through again.
He's going to do... Hey, that's a tough... Nobody wants to get tech fell, but that's a win for Pacine. He fought hard, and he saved his team a team point there. And that's a good win by Schmeltzer. Schmeltzer's the real deal.
You're keeping yourself in it.
Yes.
144 pounds, it will be Aiden Braun for the Braves and Cole Lewis for the Golden Bears. Actually waiting on I think we have a scoring issue there.
Yeah, because I think the team score, I forget what it was. Maybe was it 12?
It should have been.
12?
It was 9-3.
9. Okay, yeah. So it should have been 14-3. Because he would get 5 team points for the tech fall.
As both officials now moving over, it gives us a little bit more of a chance to look at both guys from either side. With Cole Lewis, if not mistaken, another one of those guys up there in the top.
Cole Lewis, he's 19th in the state, and he's one of their few seniors that Waynedale has.
Just a handful. And now we've got it straightened away, and it does indeed remain 14-3 on your team score. For Braun, definitely not his first go-round to Matt.
No, he's not his first rodeo here. And there's a shot by Lewis. Braun kind of spins out of it. This is one of those matches where, hey, Braun, good shot, just kind of happened to be on the edge of the mat.
Just didn't get enough in, yeah. That's where these guys, too, collegiately, if you could keep your toe in, you're getting it. And they're thinking, man, Aiden's probably thinking, if only I had that right there.
Yeah, because Aiden has some long legs. He's like, man, if I could have just kept that toe in, it'd be a 2-point takedown. This is where Lewis is over here. He's working a 2-on-1, kind of on the edge. Guys are going to go out of bounds. We got a minute 20 here in the first period. We're tied up at 0. Right off the whistle, Lewis kind of a shuck attempt there. There's a shot by Braun. He's a knee sliding, trying to drive up. Lewis kind of blocks it off here. Braun needs to kind of catch an elbow and control it. Lewis looking to spin around, and he's going to get it. It's going to be a 2-point takedown for Lewis.
Braun looking for the escape, but almost gets himself stuck.
Lewis is chinning him back, and
oh boy,
Braun's in trouble. And there it is.
A huge fall there for Waynedale. Going to increase their team lead 20-3 now.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. That's what senior captains do for Waynedale, and that's a big victory. This is where Indian Valley is going to send out one of their heavy hitters, and Quake Beatty.
This is where they're going to need a big-time night from Quake, and it will be Ethan Garrod who's out there for Waynedale.
Going up against Quake Beatty, who's Quake Beatty's ranked 8th in the state, and Quake's going to look to try to slow the momentum of the Waynedale, because you go out here, you get a big win, you can kind of get it going for your guys leading into the next few matches. Because Indian Valley ain't out of this duel, but they don't want to let it slip away any farther.
As they'd say for basketball and other teams going on the run, you get a point just to stop the bleeding, so to speak, which is what Quake's looking for right here.
Going to get a dump and a 2-point takedown here.
Strength of Beatty coming into play there.
Quake's looks like he's gonna maybe let him go here. Look for another takedown. Both guys kind of fighting hands. Beatty pressuring in. Beatty's gonna snap him down, spin around.
There it goes. So quick if he's a senior.
Yeah, he is. That's one of Quake's strength. He's almost looked like he was going to optional start, and then he kind of drove him over. Got 4-1 lead by Beatty here with 51 seconds to go in the first period.
And he's going to want the...
It looked like he was going to optional start, and looks like he's going to take the cover top. Beatty's in deep on a half here. Kind of breaks him down. He's kind of looked like he was running it over the head. Good top pressure here. Catching that wrist.
He's going to need some back points here, and as you said, try to get the momentum back in the hands of Indian Valley.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need. I think in this duel, Indian Valley has to have bonus points here.
Garrod nearly popping free, but Beatty keeps the vices on him.
Yeah, Garrod, he's wrestling tough on bottom. Beatty's working hard, a lot of top pressure, working for the turn. Garrod, really good base on bottom, fighting hands. But the refs aren't happy with it. They're gonna pop him for a stalling call. Sometimes whenever you're as busy as Beatty is on top, it don't matter what you do on bottom. It's gonna make you look like you're not doing much.
We'll go down. One of the leading tacklers on the football team, one of the most, got to be up there, as you said, you don't know the record books necessarily. He's got to be up there in terms of wins, if not wrestles or matches wrestled. And
yeah, I would bet a lot of money on it that Beatty and Stagel are two of the top guys in Indian Valley record books in terms of wrestling. Beatty's going to get an escape, and he's in on a shot already. Guys go out of bounds. Garrod hustling back to the center.
5-1 your score. Maybe the psychological edge there for Garrod.
Yeah.
Showing I'm not tired yet.
It's one of those things that sometimes, as busy as Beatty's been, it can tire you down. And sometimes Beatty's in position, but he needs to get his hip off the mat, because if he doesn't, he's going to get the 2-point takedown, but he's going to want to get that hip up. Getting a little high. Garrod looking to maybe, he got him flattened out here.
Slip through the back maybe for
Garrod? That's it. He's under that leg, but they're going to call him for a stalemate. Looks like Indian Valley coaches are giving Beatty the optional start sign. He's going to let him go for a 1-point escape.
Moving your score to 7-2 in favor of the Indian Valley senior and captain as he'll shoot in again.
They're going to get him for another stalling call, and that's a point for Beatty. It's going to make it 8-2. It's one of those ones where you take a shot on the edge and you got to get popped for stalling if you kind of go straight back. Beatty's in, kind of come through the crotch, and looks like Garad's trying to funk it. This is where higher man wins here. Garad's the higher man right now. I'd say he's in the better position, trying to come back through the crotch, but I would say based off of the way Beatty has his ankles, we're probably best bet's going to be a stalemate.
I was going to say, Beatty, you might not see it on camera, but Beatty is clinging on for dear life. Still got a hold of it and somehow leverages out of it.
Beatty ends up putting himself in position now.
Wow. Well, there's the senior experience.
Yeah, to come almost. I thought he was in position to get a 2-point takedown. Garad still got that ankle. Now Garad's in position. If he can pop that head, cut that corner. Beatty needs to watch his back there. Garad's going to
drive, and he still hasn't got it. There it is at the whistle, and no, it's going to get waved off.
Well, it looked like Beatty was in, or Garad was in for a takedown. Beatty was in the process of the funk, which would roll that out. Coach Stanley, I think, is looking for it, but
we're going to have a discussion here, and looks like both officials in agreement that no.
Garad's going to go down here.
Saved by the bell.
Yes. Garad's going to go down here, start the third. Beatty leading 8-2. Beatty needs to. This is where a turn here can put Beatty in bonus point position territory. So I'm sure that's what he's thinking. That's what Indian Valley coaches are thinking. And Garad, he's never stopped moving. He's continuing to battle. He's thinking he's going to get out of here and get after him.
Well, not even out of the litany of wrestlers ranked for Waynedale. I don't think he's on that list.
Yeah, he's not on that list, but I think it's one of those things that when you look at the guys you're wrestling with every single day and in that room that they're in, it's one of those ones that iron sharpens iron like we talked about earlier.
Well, it's very fitting that we talked about that earlier, and on the back of the Waynedale shirts that all the wrestlers wore in here, it's exactly what it says.
Is that what it says, iron sharp? Yep. That's a good motto for that team. That room is very tough.
Beatty quick back on top of him for two.
Beatty's deep on a half. He's running it over the head. Good flexibility there by Garad. Beatty's leading 10-3 with under a minute to go. They need another. They're going to probably have to kick him and get another takedown here if they want to get that extra team point.
Which really, I mean, would be so vital right now.
Yeah, that Indian Valley here, they need every team point they can get with a couple of those toss-up matches kind of going Waynedale's way. Indian Valley coaches are telling them to optional start here.
Just about 35 seconds to go. Still plenty of time to accomplish that.
Yeah, and that's where, I mean, Beatty's going to have to stay solid because Garad looks fresh, and we've seen crazy stuff happen.
All these Golden Bears wrestlers so far, I mean, the Braves have had the same kind of thing. I mean, maybe they've been working a bit more trying to fend off some of the fall attempts, but they've looked really, really fresh.
Yeah, that I definitely wouldn't question their conditioning. That's definitely one of their strengths for sure. Beatty's kind of tilting it back. Looks like he's in position to get through.
There.
Yeah.
And now he's going to try to pin that left shoulder down, but he doesn't have the arm up underneath.
And that's big for Beatty, big for Indian Valley there. He's going to get he got that extra team point for him, and you'll take it.
The stuff you want out of a senior leader. So it'll be 12-4 in favor of Beatty over Garad.
On senior night, too, so good job, Beatty there.
Brogan O'Connor at 157 for Indian Valley. Robert McCork for Waynedale.
Yeah, and this is McCork, another one of those ranked wrestlers. He's 9th.
My goodness.
In the state.
Not a bad test if you're O'Connor.
No, and I think McCork, he's a junior, and O'Connor's a sophomore, so two really good built kids. O'Connor both guys kind of heavy on the head, working inside ties.
Swipe attempt there by McCork, couldn't get it.
Kind of blocked off by O'Connor.
Actually, I just realized, I think. We pronounce them, is it McCrourk? It is McCrourk.
Is it McCrourk?
Yeah.
McCrourk. Okay.
I've never seen it spelled like that.
No.
The only reason I know is the Waynedale wrestlers actually have their last names printed on the back of the singlets, which helps. But McCrourk, I guess.
McCrourk, okay.
So if there's any Waynedale fans out there listening, our apologies.
Yes, 100%.
It took us all the way to 157 for us to get it wrong.
He's in position to get a 2-point takedown here. He's going to get it. It's going to make it 2-0 McCrourk with a little under a minute to go here in the first period. McCrourk's got a anchor here, it looks like. He's got O'Connor's. He looks like he's going to try to maybe scoop the head. That's what he's looking for. He's got O'Connor's hand put in the center of his back. That's where the ref's watching right there. They're going to make sure it don't go above 90 or they're going to stop it. And he's going to kind of
O'Connor going to have to fight off.
Whip. Looks like whip it over, and O'Connor's in trouble. He's giving up back points. 15 seconds to go here in the first period, and McCrourk's got O'Connor in trouble.
Does get up and through. I was going to say still not out of trouble, but gets saved by the boundary.
The boundary, yep. That's going to make it 5-0 McCrourk with 6.9 seconds to go here in the first period. It's kind of like a switch attempt. McCrourk's going to drop to the ankles. We're going to ride it into the second period with McCrourk leading 5-0.
So it will be O'Connor's selection. He'll defer. You know, given what you've seen from McCrourk there, they're actually going to go neutral. I was going to say, given what you've seen from him, you might feel okay with putting him on bottom just because you almost had that turn in. You almost had the other shoulder down.
Yeah, and there's Coach Stanley put him on their feet, and McCrourk with a quick slide by, head to the outside single, and he's going to get a takedown.
I was going to say, I take that back. He clearly knew something.
Yeah.
He had something in mind.
And McCrourk's in deep again. He's going to finish for another 2-point takedown. He leads 9-1 here in the second period. O'Connor kind of trying to face him, and McCrourk kind of just pushes him away.
Go ahead.
I was going to say McCrourk's going to stay on him. You can tell he's almost hunting out there. He's got the pressure. He's snapping him down. He's looking again.
And this is, again, given what we've seen so far, for O'Connor's sake, you're going to kind of want to do similar to what Pacine was able to do. You just don't want to get put on your back.
Yeah, anything you can do to save your team points here. O'Connor kind of circling and facing him as McCrourk's trying to work a go behind here. Chasing that far side ankle. As he does that, O'Connor catches that leg. He needs to throw it over, but McCrourk's got him flattened out to his belly. He's in position here. If he can step over, which looks like he did here.
40 seconds now showing the second, another 2 for another top 10 wrestler for Waynedale.
McCrourk's going straight to work on top.
Just the strength.
He is.
Nearly got him to turn.
O'Connor's there, flattened out on his belly. This is where the refs have been calling it. You sit on your belly, they're going to pop you for stalling here. We got 15 seconds to go here in the second period.
You saw O'Connor taking a glance up at the clock.
Yeah. McCrourk says, hey, there's time on the clock. I'm working for that fall. Good top pressure here.
Clock will expire here in the second. 11-2, it shows in favor of McCrourk. I got to say, too, at $157, another one of those Waynedale wrestlers, just the length again.
Yeah, McCrourk's a very solid size 57-pounder. I would say he's definitely not the smallest 57-pounder in the state.
No.
McCrourk's going to go down, it looks like, and O'Connor's going to cover. O'Connor's looking for a turn. McCrourk's going to catch that leg, and he's probably going to throw it over.
You heard the Indian Valley coaching staff saying, there you go for it, but just nothing doing for O'Connor.
Now O'Connor's he's in deep trouble. He's looking for a fall.
There it is.
That's a big fall for McCrourk and the Waynedale Golden Bears. That's going to make the team score 26-7.
McCrourk showing off, solidifying that top 10 ranking. As we move to 165, it'll be Tristan Bryan for Indian Valley, another one of their seniors, and it will be Liam Mitten for Waynedale.
Which is another one of, this is a senior for Waynedale.
Senior versus senior then.
And this is another match when I looked on paper that I was like, man, this is a match that would be what I would consider. Looking on paper, it looked like it could be a toss-up.
Mitten, though, gets the quick two, looking to waste no time. Get that right arm of Bryan up off the mat. He's unable to do so, but pressure. Again, that's what these Waynedale wrestlers have been doing just so great tonight.
Yeah,
just constant pressure.
They've looked really good on top. Mitten's going to kind of kick him out, give Bryan the 1-point escape there, and he's going to go back to work. But yeah, Waynedale on top, their pressure that's been unbelievable tonight. Very impressive.
I think that might give you a good hint as to how they've gotten to 16-1 in duels this year.
There's a good shot there by Mitten. He's bringing it up.
Bryan trying to hop
He's
through
working it. It almost looked like he was going to try to cradle it from the neutral position, but instead he's going to get a 2-point takedown out of it. And he's got Bryan flattened out there.
.40 showing, 4-1 in favor of Mitten of Waynedale.
Mitten's trying to work that elbow up to kind of catch that elbow with that far side arm and kind of torque it over. And he's in position where he may get it. I think they're going to start counting. There it is. This is one of those positions that Bryan's not in position to get pinned, but he is. He's giving up back points, and the Waynedale coaches will take that.
And I think, judging by which direction they were pointing stuff, this is exactly what they wanted. They didn't necessarily want him to try to change up position. They just wanted to take the points where they were available.
Yep, and that's going to make it a 7-1 at the end of the first period for Mitten, and Mitten's going to choose neutral. Bryan's one of those kids, though, after watching him a couple times this year, where he's wrestled the full 6 minutes, and he's one of those kids that regardless of the score, he's in the match in the third period, and he's kind of fought off a couple shots there.
Well, it's hard to tell in the two falls necessarily, but for the rest of these, I'd say both these teams have to be happy with the conditioning level. I don't think anybody's gotten gassed.
No, yeah, that's very impressive. Both teams have had an overtime match, double overtime match, and then all the other matches, you guys have guys pushing the pace deep into the third period. There's a good shot there by Mitten, and he's going to finish for a 2-point takedown. That's going to make it 9-1.
Getting in that same territory again for Bryan now, just trying to save your team the points where you can.
Mitten's going to let him go, and he's in on another shot.
Looked like Bryan had the same idea, but he got cut off.
They kind of shot at the same time, and Mitten kind of got the leg, cut the corner first. He leads 11-2 here with under a minute to go in the second period.
Should have asked Coach Stanley where in the world his wrestlers found all this quickness.
Yeah, that Waynedale program, man, everything about them has been impressive tonight. Conditioning, speed, technique. Mittens looks like he's kind of working for like a power half, but he doesn't have the boot in right now.
30 seconds to go. Still 11-2 in favor of Mitten, trying to tuck up underneath.
They're going to call Bryan for stalling, it looks like. And we got a little under 15 seconds to go here in the second period. Both guys kind of just hanging out. Bryan, as I say that, Bryan fires up to his feet. Good mat return there for Mitten. We're going to take it to the third period with Mitten leading 11-2.
And another thank you to another one of our sponsors, First National Bank of Denison, bringing wrestling to your room in Z Country as Indian Valley trails 26-7. Waynedale, they're a team that I think a lot of people already have their eyes on for when it comes to the dual state meet.
Yeah.
The state dual meet.
Waynedale being Division III this year, I think they're as good a threat to anybody in that Division III. Obviously, they're going to have to win their regional, but I would say they're a heavy favorite. But, yeah, I think they're going to be a fun team to follow down there at that dual state tournament because they got a good roster. And Brian, as I say, he's a guy that doesn't stop.
Wow. Oh.
Almost
the whistle goes out.
That's one of them ones where I think they might have let it hang out, but I think Brian's toes might have touched the hardwood, so the ref called it.
It was either Brian or Mitten, but somebody came down. And, it's at the end of the day, if you're Indian Valley, you want the points for sure, but you also want everybody to be safe, and it's the right call at the end of the day.
Yep, and every ref calls that pretty fair. As soon as it touches the hardwood, it's a dead call.
This is why you and Travis Poland said you just need dedicated wrestling rooms everywhere, right?
Yes, that's 100% right. And Mitten, as we say that, he gets a 2-point takedown. He's going to lead 13-3. He's going to throw that leg in. Mitten has the major decision here. This is where is he going to look for that extra team point? He could go for the tech fall or the fall.
Thinking about it.
Brian almost looks like he's going to step over here.
Trying hard to grind
high
through.
Man wins. But Mitten's going to stay in position.
Absolutely zero quit for the Brave senior. Still trying to throw everything at him he can.
Mitten lets him go, and as he does that, Brian fires a shot, and he's pressuring him.
It is just constant motion again.
Brian's going after him. Both guys kind of hand fighting. We got about 30 seconds to go here in the third. Mitten leading 13-4. Brian got that he's looking big. Mitten's in on a shot. Looks like he's gonna cut this corner and collect that far side hip or ankle here and finish.
And you can't fault Brian at all for going for it. You had to do something.
Yeah,
big.
That's one of them ones where you're losing right now regardless, so you got to go big. Ooh. Mitten with a big finish there, almost put him to his back.
5 seconds to go, so it does look like our end score is going to be 15-4 in favor of Mitten for Waynedale. Another win for them. Brian certainly did not show any lack of heart.
No, and he fought that whole match, and that's kind of what Tristan Bryan is. He's one of those kids that he's never out of a match, and you're gonna get 100% for 6 minutes.
So for Waynedale, it'll be Jaden Schlabaugh at 175, and it'll be Caden Riggs on the mat for Indian Valley. Pardon me, Schlabaugh. I can't read my own text in front of me.
Jaden Schlabaugh and Caden Riggs. Two good built kids here. Riggs a sophomore.
A rare non-ranked wrestler for Waynedale.
Yeah, that's
in Schlabaugh.
And so what we've seen so far, when they don't have a ranked wrestler, typically he's still pretty darn good. Definitely a good built kid. Kind of
quick
a quick shot off the whistle.
Thought he might have went just a tick early.
Yeah,
but it's almost going to. I almost wonder if he thought the same thing and he might have hesitated.
Yeah,
a bit.
It almost looked like he stopped for a second when he got there, and he's put head in the hole, and he's going to finish for a 2-point takedown.
So Riggs finds himself down early.
Riggs kind of looking for a sit out here, and Schlabaugh's going to let him go.
And it's Waynedale 30, Indian Valley 7. If you are the Braves, just including this one, just the 4 matches to go.
Yeah,
in theory, you could technically still win.
Yeah, you're going to, with Indian Valley, did they weigh in a 6-pounder? I don't think they did. So, yeah, technically forfeiting 106. I'd have to sit down and do the math, but I'd be afraid I'd miss some good wrestling.
I guess that is a good point you bring up. So, no, I guess technically it wouldn't go that way. But you still, again, everything about the dual meet season for wrestling, you're just trying to build to the tournaments.
Yep. And that's where you want to teach your kids, like, hey, we're not quitting.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep wrestling and stay after it. And Indian Valley still got Jackson Bircher to go and Brent Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Brent Smith to go. So they got some older guys that they're going to try to finish this duel strong. And Waynedale's going to try to keep the momentum. Schlabaugh leading here 2-1 with about 10 seconds to go here in the first period.
Well, as we mentioned, too, for both these teams, when it comes to momentum and such, I think what's getting established here tonight is maybe exactly what we suspected. We know Indian Valley's got a heck of a team, and we know Waynedale's got a whale of a team, and we're seeing that from both sides, really.
Yep, and a couple of those matches could have went either way, and it's one of those ones that Waynedale's kind of finished the job tonight, and they're in position to get a good team win and extend their team record to 17-1.
Schleybaugh got some kind of guidance there from Coach Stanley, who walked out onto the mat before they went with the neutral. Not sure what he was going for there, but when you've been doing it as long as he has, whatever guidance he's given, listen to it.
You got to listen to it. Schleybaugh here looks like he's going to snap him down to the mat.
He's going to go out towards the boundary.
Riggs going to control elbows and circle out. We're going to go back to the center for a restart here. Kind of circling here, both guys kind of filling each other out. Fighting hands.
Minute 20 showing. I think both these guys still kind of in the feeling out stages.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at. Neither guys have really committed deep to a shot yet. One of those ones where they're both kind of maybe trying to work their timing, work their instincts. Schleybaugh kind of looking to bring him back down to the mat from a front head position. He's going to try to put that head in the hole. Riggs is going to control that elbow here. He's going to look for a dump. One of those ones where on the edge. We're going to get a restart here. Go back to the center.
It says so far all the makings similar back to one of our previous matches with I think it was Obule at the overtime, or I should say sudden victory, so to speak.
Yeah, and as we say that, Riggs commits to a shot, and he's heading deep on a single.
Actually, I think the official there might have gave just a little bit of a warning maybe to Schleybaugh. He was in there pretty tight.
Yeah, and Schleybaugh looks like he's going to, almost looked like he was going to funk that. He's collecting the ankles here. I think we're probably going to get a stalemate. Schleybaugh kind of looks like he's holding on for it. We got 21 seconds to go here in the second period. Schleybaugh leading 2-1.
Neither of these guys give it an inch so far. No openings to be found.
Kind of like a shuck, half shuck there by Riggs.
Schleybaugh was not having any of it.
We're going to go to the third period with Schleybaugh leading 2-1.
So it will be choice for Schleybaugh, and no question, or pardon me, for Riggs he wants down.
They're going to go down. Coach Stanley talking to Schleybaugh here. I think they're going to try to ride him here. It's one of them ones when you're only leading 2-1. It's like, man, I got to ride him for 2 minutes. There's a caution by Riggs. Maybe got it there a little early.
And we go back again to that opening shot that has made it a 2-1 lead in favor of Schleybaugh. And it's like Riggs just got started too early again, and they'll let him out.
And
so much for your riding for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's 2-2 here. Now it's both guys, a takedown puts them in control of the match.
If you're Riggs, you got it tied up again, so you're feeling pretty good, and you want to make something happen, but you got to keep your head about your shoulders, because Schleybaugh, again, no joke, and we're going to get...
Riggs just got called for stalling.
Yes, he did.
That's going to put Riggs in a tough position now. He's going to have to control the center, no backing out here.
Coach Braun not happy. I think he wants to see Riggs push it back towards the center mat.
Yeah, there's a kind of like a shot by Riggs and then a jump around kind of basically put position for Schleybaugh here. Schleybaugh's going to cut the corner.
Nothing happening now. It's on.
It's going to give Schleybaugh a 4-2 lead here. Riggs is in position to work back up to his feet, knee sliding up, and he lets him go. Riggs is back in this. A takedown here in the next minute, and he's got the lead. So it's a 4-3 lead by Schleybaugh. A little under a minute to go.
For any opening, trying to pick the ankle, couldn't get it.
Both guys kind of stay in center. A shot there by Riggs.
Boy, Schleybaugh has stiff hips. He is not going to let you through.
That was my first reaction. Anytime Riggs has got in on them hips, Schleybaugh, you can tell he's definitely got strong hips.
Should say strong, not stiff. It's been the opposite.
Strong, yeah, both kind of. He's one of them ones that if you don't finish off the shot, he's going to be tough to finish on. They're going to call a stalemate here with 22 seconds to go, with Schleybaugh leading 4-3.
Riggs going to go straight in again. But
quick shot by Riggs. Schleybaugh's going to cut the corner. And
just got to watch he doesn't get Yep, never mind.
2-point takedown for Schleybaugh, make it 6-3 with 10 seconds to go. He's going to kick him.
He's going to have to get him down on the mat.
Riggs is pressuring. Riggs is in position to bring, if he can bring that down to the mat. And he's just...
Oh, just couldn't.
Close. Schleybaugh is going to help Riggs up. That's a good match. Schleybaugh is going to come away a 6-4 winner over Riggs.
Another great match. So it will be at 190, Alex McCartney for Waynedale and Garen O'Connor for Indian Valley.
This is one of the seniors for Waynedale. He's a state-ranked wrestler. He's 15th in the state. And O'Connor, this is he doesn't have a lot of varsity experience.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of them ones where you get out there and you got
to... You're getting your varsity experience now.
Yeah, you're going to get your test here. There's a shot by McCartney. Quick takedown there.
Kind of aside from Schleybaugh, who's a little bit more, stout, maybe a little bit shorter. Seems like every Waynedale wrestler who's come through here has got the length advantage.
The length, yeah, long.
Aside from maybe 132 with Hostetler for Indian Valley.
That was probably one of the only ones. That was Schleybaugh.
Got him down again.
Quick takedown there for McCartney. He's got that far side wrist, and now he's looking like he may be going to go cross face, cross wrist. Good top pressure.
After having a good match for Indian Valley, Quake Beatty is trying to expand his horizons now with some photography
skills.
As McCartney got O'Connor around.
He's in trouble.
And there it is. Another fall for Waynedale.
That's going to make the team score 39-7 Waynedale.
So now one of the big guns for Indian Valley. Junior Jackson Bircher at 2:15 comes out. 2:15 for Waynedale, Grady Posey.
And this is where, obviously, Indian Valley ain't going to be able to win the duel, but any kind of momentum they could take from this, they're going to take it. And this is where Bircher being one of their heavy hitters.
You want to give yourself some positive notes from the night that has not gone your way, but...
Yeah. That's where, Indian Valley will take it.
Bircher, if I'm not mistaken, top 10 in the state.
Yeah, Bircher is, he's 7th in the state at 215 pounds. And this is one of the Waynedale wrestlers that isn't ranked, one of the few.
Bircher, the state qualifier last year as a sophomore.
Yeah, one match away from placing. Had a elbow injury. I think that might have kept him from being 100% down there. Obviously, you don't want that when you're at the big show, but he's got placement on his mind this year.
Just the strength of Bircher there we've seen it, again, kind of similar to, as I mentioned with Beatty, we've seen the tackling prowess on the football field, and you're not shaking out of that once he gets his hands around your legs.
Almost like a running back. They come through the hole, if Jackson Bircher or Quake Beatty's there, you're probably going down. Bircher's looking for, looks like he's looking for a turn. Got good top pressure here. Got him flattened out on his belly. This is, Bircher looks like he's running looks like he's going to go from a barbed wire, almost set it up into a cradle, but he fought it off, and there's another hard crossface by Bircher.
I know I've said it before, but you and Travis Poland's vocabulary for this never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, it's one of those. There's the crazy thing is
everybody's got something different.
Yeah,
probably.
you may call a move a different thing from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. It's wild, but yeah, we kind of come from the same tree in terms of wrestling vocabulary. Surprisingly, Travis hasn't been in our way too much tonight, so we'll take it.
I think he's kept it in mind. 2-0 the score in favor of Bircher, looking to turn over on Posey, but Posey nearly got him, but instead another turn, and now he's going to try to get his back down.
Yeah, Bircher's got him in trouble here. He's getting back points. He's going to try to get that chest pressure.
Strength on strength. He's got him in a bad way again.
He's in trouble here. I think
it's got that arm wrapped around the back of the head, and there it is.
That's a fall for Jackson Bircher.
First fall in favor of the Braves tonight, as the applause for Bircher here. It's got to feel good for the junior, given his, things have not gone the way he wanted for his team necessarily to this point, but still fighting strong.
Yep, 100%. Jackson, I mean, they'll take that as a positive. And this is a match where we got Brent Smith for the Indian Valley Braves.
Brandon Walters for Waynedale.
And Brandon Walters, a ranked wrestler here, 15th in the state. And Brent's a first-year wrestler.
Now, in terms of size, we know it's heavyweight, so it's a little bit, there's a differential. But Walters looks every bit the much bigger man.
Oh, yeah, and looking at the weigh-in sheet, I think Walters has him by about, 36 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just off the eye test, I would have guessed something similar. But, hey, Smith is working really heavy on that head. We've seen Smith on the football field. We know he's a tough kid.
Well, his stance reminds me of him looking like he's still out there.
Yeah, almost like he's
dropping back for pass pro.
Yep, pass pro, I was going to say.
So for Waynedale, as we've already mentioned, they're going to walk away with another dual victory. They're going to improve to 17-1 this year. For Indian Valley, it will be the first time they fall in a duel, but I think things went kind of the route we thought they would. But for the Braves, there was not a lot of quitting there at all, if any, tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of matches that Indian Valley was right there.
And Walters is going to sling Smith down, and he is going to get those shoulders on the mat. There's the call. An emphatic way to end it for Waynedale.
That's going to make it the team score 45-13, and when they get the forfeit at 106.
51-13 will be your final mark.
We thought Waynedale was going to be the favorite, I would say, tonight for sure, but heck of a performance. But
I actually take that back. I didn't see who was in. I think it's Trenton Rose.
Looks like Indian Valley. Okay, Trenton Rose did.
Yeah,
he is.
He sure enough did.
Indian Valley sent Trenton Rose out.
See, don't listen to us. We don't know.
Yeah. We have the weigh-in sheet in front of us, and we happen to overlook it.
It will be Brock Beckler for Waynedale.
And Beckler is 7th in the state division.
And he's got Rose down quick.
Yeah, he's got him on his back in less than 10 seconds.
Just looking to finish.
Rose is in trouble here.
Rose got his head buried trying to keep those shoulders
he's
up,
got
and
the
there it
double
is.
He's going to get the fall.
It will indeed end, as we were saying before, 51-13 on the team score.
Yeah, that heck of a performance by Waynedale.
Certainly was. And I do have to say, because he's standing here, great officiating, too, tonight, right?
We appreciate
Assistant to the official, Travis Poland, jumping in there. So Waynedale, the emphatic win, 51-13 over Indian Valley. Yeah, like you were saying before, this is kind of how we expected things to go. For these Golden Bears, we got just a taste tonight of what could be in the near future for them when it comes to the state duels and as well as the individuals.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be tough.
The sky's the limit. Coach Stanley, I think, is going to be busy in Columbus in March. That's for sure. I think he's going to have a lot of kids there, and he's got to be happy with their performance tonight.
So if you missed any of the earlier action, of course, you can just jump back through and watch all of that on our YouTube channel, but we will go through the final results here real quick. At 113 pounds, it was Stephen Patterson who picked up the 8-5 decision over Brock Albright of Indian Valley. Then it was another Waynedale win, this one 6-4, as the victory went to Isaac Skelly over Niall Obule. That was the one that went into overtime.
Yeah.
A couple overtimes, in fact.
Yeah, double overtime.
At 126 pounds, it was the first victory of the night for Indian Valley. It was Leroy Stagel who was able to pick up the victory over Riley Greathouse. Then from there, at 132 pounds, it was a 10-7 advantage for Caden Schmelzer over Carson Hostetler. At 138 pounds, tech fall for Waynedale and...
Oh, I think that's the one where they weighed in.
Sorry, it was Dalton Oberle at 132 pounds.
Because they weighed Schmelzer in at 32 also.
Caden Schmelzer is the one who gets the 138-pound tech fall over Rowan Pacine. As for 144 pounds, Cole Lewis gets the fall over Aiden Braun. Another Indian Valley victory, this one to Quake Beatty at 150 pounds over Ethan Garrod at 12-4. Then at 157 pounds, Brogan O'Connor, he falls to Robert McCrourk. 165 pounds, it was Liam Mitten as he topped Tristan Bryan 15-4. 175 pounds, another Waynedale win. This one going to Jaden Schleybaugh as he got past Caden Riggs 6-4 for the victory.
Yeah,
Pardon me.
No.
And 190 pounds, Alex McCartney, he wins for the Golden Bears over Garen O'Connor via fall. Jackson Bircher gets the only fall on the night for Indian Valley as he is able to pin Grady Posey. And finally at heavyweight, it was Brandon Walters who got the fall over Brent Smith. Back up to 106 pounds, as you just saw, Brock Beckler, another fall in favor of Waynedale over Trenton Rose, 51-13. So moving forward, we've already talked for Waynedale. We know they're going to be a dangerous team. If you're Indian Valley coming out of this one, what do you possibly, potentially think of what you might end up needing to, I don't want to say adjust or what you need to do?
It's one of those ones where I think they had a lot of matches that they were there, lost a couple close decisions. I think they're going to get back in the drawing board. I think they got Tuslaw next week, another tough team, not Waynedale tough, but going to be a good test. So I think when it comes to Indian Valley, I think they're going to look at a lot of those matches that they were right there with, see what they could do to make the adjustments, and obviously they're not going to see Waynedale again this year, but differences in matches that they could make in the future.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and again, for all of your expertise. Always greatly appreciated. And don't worry, we're going to have wrestling back soon.
Oh,
I know
yeah, I can't wait, right?
So also a big thank you to all of our sponsors tonight, those being Lutz Body and Paint and Top Notch Auto from right here in Jeanette Hutton, and Killbuck Savings Bank in Fredericksburg, supporting all Waynedale athletics, as well as Ron's Heating and Cooling, First National Bank of Denison, and T County Boxing Academy. Final score, once again, 51-13, Waynedale tops Indian Valley. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll be notified next time we go live, which could be basketball, could be wrestling, who knows. We got it covered all over the place. For Blaze McMorrow and the Claxon Communications crew, tonight consisting of Casey Claxon and John Wayne Galister, I'm Nick McWilliams, and we will talk again with you soon, Z Country.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of High School Sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.